Hi folks, let's talk a little bit now. We've talked a little bit about dismissal and terminating people. Let's talk about a nicer thing right now. Let's talk about engaging people in the workplace. We talk about this as employee engagement. What we're really trying to do is we're trying to get our employees really connected to the company emotionally, intellectually, and making sure that the job that they have is really interesting and fun and that the workplace is a nice place for them to be. So we want to try and get them connected, or what we call engaged, with their job and with the company. So we define it as an emotional or intellectual involvement of the employee in their work. We want to create what we call a vested interest in the company's success. So in other words, companies are saying, well, if employees are not interested in their job, if they find us to be boring and, stuff like that, they're not really going to feel invested in what happens to the company. They're probably not even going to care, right? So we want to make employees interested in what happens and take notice and be concerned about where the company is going. We want to make sure that our engagement programs create a willingness and motivation for our employees to exceed job performance requirements so that they'll always hit the mark. They'll always hit the nail on the head. They'll always do a good job. So communication is one of the most important things, or a most important element in making sure employees are engaged. Now I've tried to squeeze in here a little graphic here, which is also in your text, and it talks about some of the top attraction drivers. So what are the kinds of things that attract employees to companies? Well, one thing is you got to have an attractive base pay salary. The other thing they look for is vacation time and paid time off. They also look for a competitive health care benefits program. We've talked a little bit about healthcare already, so you should be familiar with what those kinds of things are. They're looking for challenging and motivating work, and they're looking for career advancement. You remember we talked a little bit about career development before and its importance in the workplace. So again, people are looking for those kinds of things. That's what attracts a person. But what keeps somebody with you is having excellent career advancement opportunities. So if the advancement opportunities are there and you deliver, fabulous. You're going to retain your people. Satisfaction with the organization's people decisions. So how we treat people in our company has a very strong impact on whether or not we stay. So do employees feel that they're being treated fairly, consistently? Do they feel that they can hold you to your word, you deliver on your promises, right? So you're faithful to your employees. The ability to balance their work and their personal life. So, and again, having a nice work-life balance, being making or feeling like they're fairly compensated compared to others that are doing similar work, and understanding their potential career track within the organization. So what do you notice here? I kind of notice a theme. Many employees are attracted by career advancement, but they stay when they see that they have an opportunity to actually advance. So you're delivering on your advancement opportunities, but they also understand, okay, that there is, or they know what their career potential is within your company. It's not just enough to have it, but they understand it and they think they can make it. So some of the top engagement drivers, which really keep people motivated within a company, is that senior management is really interested in how well you do in your job and your overall how well you're doing in the company, how you feel about the company. So senior management understands and cares about how we as employees feel. The organization has a reputation for being socially responsible. So sustainability is important. So if a company wants to maintain a good environmental consciousness about what goes on in the environment, what they do to support community issues. Also, employees feel like they have input into decision making in their department. Employees feel like they have the opportunities to improve their skills and capabilities, and they understand their potential career track within the organization. So they understand it is important here. They understand their potential, and again, it's also a motivator to keep people engaged. So again, we keep seeing career stuff popping up everywhere here, so clearly it's important for employees. So that's what we want to talk about here, giving you an understanding of employee engagement. In our next little video, we'll talk about how to increase engagement.